evening, friends. Welcome to Karina. This today's session is full of a lot of questions and the kind of investigation the Mumbai Police is doing and the kind of bites that the mainstream are giving. So everything is meant to totally confuse you. So let's give you a clear picture of what we think has been going on in the Saif Ali Khan case. So from the latest news, we'll first let you know about the latest news. Now, the Mumbai Police clarifies that Saif Ali Khan's attacker is still on the loose, and the one that they caught is not the actual culprit. Now, according to reports, he was stabbed. Saif Ali was stabbed at his house in Mumbai during an attempt of robbery. The actor was rushed to the hospital where he underwent surgery. And Dr. Nitin Dange, who performed the surgery, updated the media about his health. He said Saif was admitted to the hospital at 2 a.m. with alleged history of assault by some unknown person. He sustained a major injury to the thoracic spinal cord due to a lodged knife in the spine. A surgery was performed to remove a part of the knife and repair leaking spinal fluid. 2 other deep wounds on his left hand and 1 other on his neck were repaired by the plastic surgery team, and now he's completely stable. He's recovering well and out of danger. Now, according to the latest update, Saif has been discharged from the ICU and has been shifted to a special room. He also shared that Saif's condition is better and he can walk. There's no problem, and he's doing very well. He can walk. There's no problem. There's no much pain or any other symptoms. So looking at his parameters, his wounds and all other injuries, he is safe, and he's going to be shifted out of the ICU to a special room. Only thing is that we have advised and the rules for him that he has to take some rest for some time because of the wounds on the back, especially, which can have chances of infection, and his movements are restricted for a week almost for the most important reason that he had a surgery in the spine and which has been repaired. There are restrictions on the number of guests coming to visit him as his spinal injury is delicate and he may get infected. The fluid which was coming out has been repaired, for which he has a potential chance for infection. That's why his movements and also the restrictions of the movements as well as visitors' movements have been strictly restricted for his faster recovery. And he's doing excellent and he's recovering very fast, and God is kind. Now, we have a very humane doctor speaking about all this and ultimately going to spirituality. Now, it's also reported that the man who stabbed the actor at his residence early Thursday morning had also threatened his domestic staff before the alleged attack. And in a police statement, Khan's domestic staff said the knife-wielding attacker, who is on the run and was seen near the Bandra railway station hours after the incident, also demanded a ransom of ₹1 crore. Now, he apparently was stabbed 6 times, including, in his neck, at his apartment in the posh Bandra West neighborhood around 2:30 a.m. Now, the doctor said he reached the hospital at 2. Now, I'm a little confused. Now, he's said to be out of danger following an emergency surgery at the Leelavati hospital, where he was reportedly rushed by one of his sons, and they say it was Taimur. Now, how he managed that is also another doubt. Another piece of information is that Aliama Philip, a nurse caring for Khan's 4-year-old son Jahangir, and another staffer were also injured in the attack. According to police, there were no signs of forced entry, nor was anyone captured on CCTV entering the premises in the 2 hours before the attack. According to them, the intruder who entered the actor's home to commit a burglary had scaled the wall of an adjacent compound to enter the premises. And they also say that he was familiar with the layout of the building and took the stairs on the rear side of the building to reach the floor where the actor lived. He then entered Khan's house through the fire escape, and Mumbai Police has formed 20 teams to arrest the accused, who was captured on CCTV cameras, who now they say is not the culprit. Now, it's very strange that all these things are, happening. So let me just, get some of the pictures also to show you. Yes. Now, see, if you look at his fortress, which is of 7 floors, at every step, at every, corner, there is a CCTV camera. You'll see CCTV cameras all over. Right. And then you see there are pictures of this man actually coming down the stairs, and there seems to be a saffron scarf in his hand, which some of the people said that he could be a Hindu. But now that the religion thing has also been striked off, because this man's name is Shahid. Now, the doctors, according to the doctors, now this is what is very interesting. So he says that Neeraj Uttamani, Chief Operating Officer of Leelavati Hospital, said, I was the first one to meet Saif Ali Khan when he came to the hospital. He was drenched in blood, but he walked in like a lion with only his small kid, Taimur. Saif Ali Khan is a real hero. He is doing well. He has been shifted from ICU to a normal room. I sat with him and he walked in like a lion. And only with his mother's side, he's a real hero that way. In films, it's okay to act like a hero, but in real life, you have to act like a hero. He's doing presently very well. Saif Ali escaped a serious spinal injury with just 2 millimeters. He did not even ask for a stretcher. In his injured state, he will recover soon. So this is how now you will see, friends, that everybody, right from the doctors, to the media, and to the, even the people who are the actors and actresses, are going to give you a very rosy picture of Saif Ali Khan. So just be prepared for that. In case you want to, have a laugh, please, you could just wait. And let me complete this. Welcome, Gloria, and welcome, Sudhakar. Now, from here, we move on to the rickshaw man. Now, apparently, the rickshaw driver, this is the rickshaw driver who took him to the hospital. Now, this man said that, Saif Ali Khan came with his small son and another man. So when when the anchor showed him the reporter showed him the photo of Ibrahim, he said, no, it's not Ibrahim. So apparently it was another person, and it was the small child, Taimur, and he, yes, identified Taimur, and he also said Saif Ali was okay, and there was not much bleeding, he said, because there was only some small bleeding, which he with a cloth wiped away later. So first he said that Saif Ali sat inside and he was okay. Then he leaned back. So when they reached the hospital, they did not talk much. When they reached the hospital, he was, he just waved at him, and he, this man did not take the payment, and he was taken in a stretcher. So this is what this man said. Now, if you go back to what the doctor said that he was drenched in blood, but he walked in like a lion. Now, the rickshaw driver has not said anything of this sort. He has just said that this man walked in and he sat down and he was okay, and only little bleeding was there. That also, the stain he wiped off with a cloth. So perhaps then it goes to the fact that Taimur took him to the hospital. So now this is rather amusing, because you feel that, you go back to the dialogue that, in Shah Rukh Khan's film, Baap ko haath lagane se pehle beta se baat kar. Because now, see, it seems like the beta has come into the picture, and there's a small beta who's taken him to the hospital. Now, mainstream media is going all gaga over this whole thing. And this is the man who, was caught by the police. So if you look at this guy, he looks nothing more than the size of a mosquito. Anybody could just swat him and he would just fall down. Now, is this the man who, stabbed, Saif Ali 6 times? And so vigorously that half the knife was left in his body. Now, when he came back, now let me go back to that scene where you have that scene. Yes. Now you find that there is no blood stains on his body, or he doesn't look frightened. He just looks pretty unnerved that, the CCTV camera has caught him. And perhaps the, saffron was meant for another reason. Anyway, this man walks very coolly down the steps with a bag in his hand. Now, we just cannot believe the fact that he was, stabbed 6 times by this puny-looking man. Now, if you go back to, what we were saying, so now the police says, because now, it's just, the whole thing is now based on what social media is saying. If social media says that this man is too puny or too, weak to even attack someone like Saif Ali, who's daily working out 1 or 2 hours in his gym to build muscles. So people will not believe it. And so what social media is saying, that's exactly what, these people are now, saying, and they're changing their stand every time. So you will see now that this man who is now Shahid has been dismissed by the police and he's no longer a culprit. Now, when you move to mainstream media, and the biggest, the, the channel that you should be watching is none other than India Today, Shiv Arur. Now, these people are experts in Javed Akhtar type of scripts. Now, here, this picture was shown by Shiv Arur, and he says, that's the size of the knife blade piece that was lodged in Saif Ali Khan's body. For it to snap off, you can imagine the force with which he was being stabbed. Missed his spine by 2 millimeters. This is no joke. To which I responded, I said, we also saw you subsequently promote his future films in the same video. So, was this what you guys were building up to? Mainstream media or masala channel? Because see, here now they have started building up. Now we are talking about not only PR, now we're talking about mainstream channels also, because subsequent to this, all these channels, if you look at all the mainstream channels, subsequent to, saying that he walked in like a lion, and next they say he was a Bahubali, and he came in and he conquered, and he, within a day, the doctor says he started walking. I don't know what surgery they would have done and what was in, what really happened to him. Because if a person after such a big surgery, can walk, then these doctors are God, is all I can say. Now, so these people, the mainstream media have started projecting him not only as a, hero, but also the fact that his new movies are coming, and they started showing shots of his new films. Now, I'm just wondering, is it that, is it for a promotion of his film? Because everybody knows he's a non-entity now. He has no films. Even in that film where he was acting with Junior NTR, people were laughing at his action there. He looked just like a mouse in that. So people, now he knows that he won't be seen unless Karina comes wearing a, a low neck dress. So now he's almost fossilized. So that's another reason why was he, trying to get some attention. So is Chote Nawab doing this as a stunt for his next movie is what people are asking, because if this man, this pipsqueak, can put the knife into him and leave part of it. Now you see the part that, India Today has shown, so that means it is really something very strange. So was it a real knife or was it Taimur's toy knife is what now we will be asking. Now, so if you look at the other questions that people are asking is, there was not much commotion when people like, the T-Series man was killed like a rat on the streets when he came after prayer. So you remember, there was so much commotion when Saif Ali was attacked by the attacker, who was a thief and shot T-Series Hindu singer Samrat Shri Gulshan Kumar in the open square. No one said anything. Even today, the criminals have not been punished. So where is this leading to? Now, another very interesting thing, friends, is that Madam Karina Kapoor was busy partying with Karishma Kapoor and with the 2 Anil Kapoor daughters. So we earlier we thought, okay, they were in another party, in another house. No, this party was going on in the house of the same house in another floor. And when Karina Kapoor did not go to the hospital, she went to the hospital only at 4 o'clock. So now, I don't know, after she heard the news, was she in another state that she could not go? But there were images of her, seen arguing with her, standing in front of a rickshaw and arguing with her mates. So now we don't know what that was all about. But we know that there was a party because these were the images of the party. Now, here you have, Sonam Kapoor tweeting that, they had a party at this time. And Sonam Kapoor was also in Karina's flat, that is where Saif was, at 4 o'clock. So this lady went to see her husband only at 4 o'clock. Now, we do not know because there is other reports also coming in that this house is like a fortress. Nobody can enter it. And there's no CCTV footage of anyone entering inside. Now, the state of Bombay Police. Now, even if they see a fly, they will see it was a dinosaurs. So this is the parampara of Parambir Singh and Bazi. So that is how, when you remember what happened to SSR. So even if there's nothing, they will make a mountain of a molehill. Now, so there was nobody coming in from the, any of those routes. So there are questions being asked whether there was a drunken brawl, within the house, and whether it is someone from inside who, did the mischief in this state. Now, this is something to think about because, when they have drinks at the party, what they are saying is that, see, now let me take another, a report that has come in a Gujarati paper, which Nandita Thakur, an activist, a right-winger, has translated in Twitter. So she has said there's a party going on in the house and the maid goes to sleep at 11 p.m. She wakes up at 2 and sees the bathroom light on. She thinks Karina madam must be using bathroom, so she goes back to sleep. After some time, she wakes up and sees bathroom light is still on and sees a man wearing a cap inside. He then enters into Jay's room. Jay is for Jahangir, the second son. Now she is scared, goes to him and asks him, "What do you want?" Now the second nurse also wakes up. Then she asks again, "What do you want?" He replies back in English, 1 crore. Now, do nurses in Saif's house sleep in kitchen, drawing room? Now, Karina's room does not have, does Karina's room not have an attached toilet? She uses toilet for maids and guests. Both maids seem good at dealing with robbers. Did they not shout or start, instead of starting to negotiate with them immediately? So this was the Gujarati part of it. So it seems very strange, friends, that so many things coming, coming here. Now, also there's another thing that there was a party going on in the house, and another report which says, that this party was happening and this girl ends up going to the hospital only. We're talking about Karina, going to the house, to the operation or the hospital only at 11. Now, this is very strange because there seems to be no sort of love between the two. Because the moment you hear that your husband has been attacked, the first thing is to call the doctor, the police, everybody, isn't it? But this lady seems to be very in slow motion. Now, whether the Bollywood movie industry has, forced them into slow motion is also a, question, because these people act in very weird ways. So now let me just take a few comments from you and then continue. Welcome, Gloria, as always. Sudhakar, welcome. Krish, Bapre, so much drama, looks like a PR stunt. Absolutely. And Vasuprata says, any sane person would have called ambulance, but why auto? Now, apparently they have said that the drivers were on leave, and so they did not have access to the drivers. Now, they have 7 cars, okay? And 7 cars and only 1 or 2 drivers. So that's also very, very strange. And his son also, Ibrahim, and his daughter also come to the hospital only in auto rickshaw. Now, this is just like, the other story where these people wear oil and go to the NCB, to see Samir Wankade to be questioned, with oil in their hair and, crumpled kurta. So maybe there is some sort of image building here also. We do not know. Anyway, so this is how, when the question here is that, see, why didn't they call the ambulance? Why did they go in the rickshaw? Is also very, very strange, because this absolutely billionaire who lives in 7 floors, or the house has 7 floors, tightly secure. There's no other house from where anyone can jump in. No. And why would this man be attacked is the question. So unless there was some internal tussle. So moving on to, and Jaydev says, and blaming Laura. Yeah, that is the usual thing, because whenever they want to, they escape a situation, they bring poor Lawrence Bishnoi inside. Krish says, Bollywood stars are liars to the core. Vidya, welcome. Always nice to see you. Monica says, all looks like a PR stunt. The second one in a row. You all know what the First one is absolutely the Bollywood scene is a filthy. Less talked about, the better, says Balasubramanian. And Nina Nandra says first thing they needed to secure themselves was to call the police. If one avoids the police, it's generally to cover up domestic violence. And when Nina, you're so right, because when after uh, when he went to the office, it would have hospital. It would have been 2:15 or 2. So that's what the doctor says. So when Karina goes there, it is 4 o'clock. So that means that there's not much love between the couple. So this is something that could be, there as well. This is a very good doubt that you have spoken about. If any of you would like to join us, I'll send you the link to join me if you want to join me live and speak your mind. Please note that I'm just posting the link, and you can just join me if you would like to join me. Now, friends, another thing that I found rather strange is that, let me just take my points out. So now, what immediately the moment this happened, then the next thing was that, see, all these mediocre actors like this Urvashi Rothela and all were called on to comment on this. Now, Urvashi Rothela is the character who waves at you from airports, and says hi to. There would be nobody in front of her, but she would still say hi and bye and all that. Now, this lady comes out with a very interesting thing. I don't think she even knows what happened. So she says, I am wearing this very expensive Rolex watch and this ring, which is actually a watch given to me by my dad, which is so expensive. Now, we can't wear all these things because you see, like in this case, robbers are there all around us. I don't know from which planet this woman comes, except for that dance which she does. So, that, what you call that scene dance that she did in a Telugu movie. I don't think she knows anything better than that. So it's very strange. And the way these people comment on, everything as though they know everything, it also makes us, find it rather amusing. So Ree says total boycott of Bollywood. Yes. And how could they take further risk by going to the roadside to flag an auto, knowing the attacker is around? And also, Nina Nandra, very important. The rickshaw man said that he was absolutely okay. He just got into the rickshaw with his son and the other man. And he said, you go to the hospital. So, I don't know why the doctor at the hospital said he came like a roaring lion, bleeding all over, unless he was paid more to say that, see, this is what you should project. Because my next movie is coming and I really need to have a macho look. Now, this is hilarious. It's going, out of this thing. So, now Ree says, friends, new movie of Saif Ali is here. Maybe Saif Ali needs a mega 3-2 for this. For his house, it's all fake, no offense. Yes, absolutely. Now, another thing I want to ask you, friends, is that these people, all of them said suddenly, they all said that, see, Mumbai is not safe. Okay. So if Mumbai is not safe, it has become so. Then I want to ask you, so is it the chief minister's job, to protect what I would say, mafia dons who control trafficking? Someone who recently died was that. Okay. Second one, who flexes his muscles and is useless and kills deer and needs around 60 people to look after him. Is it the chief minister's job to protect him? And it is paid from the taxpayers' money. Now, this man who's had a brawl or whatever at night with whoever, and he is so conscious of not going with his wife to the hospital or someone close. He had to take a small kid with him. It all shows that, see, the chief minister has no other job than to go and look after the Bollywood family affairs. Then why do we call him the chief minister of Maharashtra? Let's say he's the chief minister of Bollywood, because the way his wife is going around posing with them, that is the impression that we would all get, isn't it? Now, so in many of these, these what you call these lipstick, plumped up lipstick lips and muscle flexors, all were saying this. But what happened when Mahavikas Aghadi was in power? Nobody accused anybody when SSR and Jia Khan, Janvi Kukreja, Disha Salian were killed. My question to to the Chief Minister is, when you don't ask CBI questions as to why the delay in SSR case, your party will have to face questions from nitwits all the time. Give justice to one innocent man or woman, and Fadnavis won't have to answer these Bollywood bimbos and these flexed muscle guys who think that their job is to the Chief Minister's job is to guard them. It's because the Chief Minister's job is not to protect criminals and goons and tax evaders, but the common man who votes for him. Now, the Chief Minister needs to be grateful to them, and instead of posing with them, he should be actually, working to find out what happened to a 5-year-old case, which has not been solved as yet. And you gave that bravado saying that, see, Disha Salian is, there's going to be a sit, to prove Disha Salian's case. What did you do? So naturally, Bollywood will sit on your head and say that, see, this is the most lawless state in India. So let me just take a few more comments, friends. Yes, he says, Khabar says it is a PR stunt. It's convenient to blame this gang like Canada ex-PM to, yes, and then just run away, without any responsibility. Meena ma'am, was there ever love in this word? Forget couples, also called love, only in movie and drugs. Total boycott of Bollywood, says Ree. There's another story that drug peddler came to deliver drugs for the party and a scuffle broke out, and then the attack happened. Since everyone was drugged or drunk, Saif took the auto. Strange. Now this is an interesting angle that Mrinalini brings out. Welcome, Sonal. And Leena says, amazing. They didn't drive their car at that time. They want publicity. Boycott this actor. Amazing the way police is so extra alert. SSR case, police wasn't. Absolutely. Interesting to see your very, very intelligent comments, friends. During Congress time, so many bomb blasts and Mumbai was safe. And then you have all these, these ladies who are all jaded, sitting in Bollywood and having nothing else to do. Like this, for example, we were talking about Urvashi Rotela. She's more worried about her Rolex watch, than her, somebody's life, So, and then you have, then Sonal says we should not give importance to fake news. It's all a publicity stunt. And even if it's true, we hope that he can't do any movies. And let me, if you look at the body language, now this is my opinion, okay. If you look at the body language, whenever, Saif walks with Karina and Karishma, he seems to be more caring about Karishma than Karina. And Karina never even looks at him. So there's so much of arrogance and anger between both of them that I really wonder what happened in this house at that time. Vidya says, all the Bollywood actors have all posted get well and all. Now, Mrinali says, look at Pooja Bhatt. She posts Hinduphobic post. Brother is associated with David Headley. Mother and sister support Rana Ayub. And then she comes out to lecture on law and order. And not only that, and then they want to also act very, very Hindu. Like Sanatani is all that, the sari on your head and everything. So it's all hypocrisy at the highest order. Sonal says they gave a damn to SSR. So damn, and Saif damn Salman. Yes. Palga Sadhu, then Mumbai was safe. Yes, absolutely. A saint, these sons who were there were innocent people, and the way they were killed, you can't even do that to even animals. I mean, the way they do it to animals, but even that, would be so terrible. And you look at sadhus being killed like this. All police rushing for the actor. Why? Such running around for SSR case wasn't done. Now, Khabar says, yes, absolutely. It could be. It's a very good point as well. Now, coming back to this, friends, I think that nothing really happened. It was an internal brawl, either between the husband and the wife or between the servants and Saif. And being in a certain state, they would have, got violent. And because he did not want to get anybody's attention, he would have quietly taken the rickshaw and taken his son, just in case to cover up for, the explanation that he would have to give later. And, then he would have told the doctors to say this, because if you look at the doctors' faces, They look absolutely blank, you know. Now, I don't know, money can, it looks like money can buy anybody, isn't it? Even the people at the hospital, is my question. Now, media is also building up the whole story. They are given little by little, by the PR. So now they have said, now enough of crying and all this. Now start promoting his movie. This is what the whole incident should be about. Now, because nobody remembers Saif. Everybody has forgotten Shah Rukh Khan. Everybody has forgotten Salman Khan and Akshay Kumar also. Now all these people are dead. Now what do? They have to do some kind of masala to get some attention. So if some thing happened at home, why not cash in on that? That seems to be the aim of these people. Sudhakar says media is showing only one news. Very sad journalism. Yes. And if you look at the way they are saying it, brave man, and then they show a sort of a mosquito, a man the size of a mosquito. He is a guy who's done six, sword strokes, into his body, put half the sword into, half the knife into him, and this looks like a Javed Akhtar script. Nothing, and of course, the hero would have been Amitabh Bachchan if this was made into a movie, And Nina says maybe he didn't pay money to Dawood. That's what people would say. It would, it would be Vasuli. But there seems to be another comment earlier, which I think is more relevant to what has happened. Mumbai Police only get paid for looking after the fake stars. What about police of Mumbai? What public don't need security? Public pay tax money to protect only stars. Saif Ali Khan said, yes. In fact, you are so correct when you say this, because the moment this happened, every Mumbai police, it was just like, they were all, applauding and saying that, see, it is a robbery case, it's a robbery case. Now, in a 7th floor, what you call a fortress-like house with the CCTV cameras all around and around 100 nurses to look after Taimur and Jay, and another retinue of servants to look after, Karina's diet and whatnot. Someone escaped inside and did all this? Seems to be a joke, So let me just take another comment from Nina Nandra. She says, very true. They consciously avoided the police and escaped to the hospital. Auto driver claimed he had to ask them where they wanted to go. A Holy Family or Nanavati. Odd. Yes, absolutely. And he also said, Nina, you will, if you listen clearly, he said there was no, just a little blood on him. And that stain he wiped off with a cloth. Okay, and he looked very okay. After some time, he just, sat back. That's it. And then he went into the hospital. They took a stretcher and took him. And he, said bye. There also, see, Bollywood doesn't pay the rickshaw driver. So they didn't pay him also. Of course, the rickshaw driver would have been decent and he would not have taken as well. Now, our tax money will be used to give actor protection, like it is being done for Salman. And the funny thing is, despite if this was a calamity and this really happened, and he was actually stabbed or whatever happened, look at the attitude of Karishma and Karina Kapoor. Because people are taking videos from all angles, and you can see the way they are shouting at the staff. You cannot live your life without 100 staff. That's how lazy you people are, right? You cannot live without them. And then if they, if you suspect them, then you shout down their throats saying that, see, you are the culprits. So this is how mean they are. And this is Bollywood for you in a nutshell. So Nina says, now our tax money will be used to, yes, absolutely. 7th floor, Saif Ali Khan house. What the man was, Olympic runner, or he was special rocket. And the funny thing is, look at this, poor thing, the one who looked like a mosquito, coming down the stairs, he is himself looking bewildered. Are, ye log mujhe kahan fasa raha hai? It's like, that's what they did. They actually just tried to, put him in a trap. Because he didn't know. He was paid some money. Tum aise jao. Bas. Hum kuch CCTV camera mein kuch pictures aayenge. Aap jara dekh lo camera mein. Bas ho gaya. So this is how it would have happened. The whole thing is so hilarious. Is it for the, publicity for a movie? Is it fight between the husband and the wife? Or is it a fight between the husband, the wife and the sister? Or is it, the drama? What? We don't know. See, because these people are so superficial. Nothing that they say is the truth. And every time they say, hold on, wait for a press conference, we will tell you the truth. How many days will they wait? They'll wait for 10 days when everything has, smoothened down. And they'll say, oh, it was, actually Lawrence Bishnoi, who came in, and sent his people. He's after Salman Khan. He's after Baba Siddiqui. He's after Shah Rukh Khan. Now he's after Saif. So now next on the list is who? Perhaps Midget. We're talking about Amir. So this man should better prepare himself, So that's also something that, because they've got the story already. Now police saying that man has not been caught. Yes, exactly. This is what we said in the beginning, Lena, that the man has not been caught. So this is how Bollywood works for you. And the funny thing is, Indian Express, went all, I think they forgot the story somewhere in the middle, and they said the whole family was together. Saif Ali was there with his wife Karina, Taimur and Jahangir, and he was protecting these people when the intruder came in. He went right in front. They didn't say he ripped his shirt or buttons apart like Salman Khan, and he actually bore the pain, for his family. And you look at what is Indian Express? It's a mainstream media, right? So who will you believe? Where does the truth come from? And look at the way media has been bought by these people. Now, instead of giving security on the roads, people will be chasing. Yes, police will be chasing this case. Now, even the police, when they speak, if you look at their body language, I really want to know who's, where are they getting educated? Which college and all? I mean, I think we should also get our education from there. We'll become the biggest, liars in the world to say that, if something happens, we can, concoct so many lies so that people are totally confused, and off gear. So that's what they've done here. So, and then of course you have Sonam Kapoor, who has nothing else to do but put things on Instagram. So she must have thought, if Karina Kapoor, people start criticizing her, let her one competition less. Even if she's my friend, let her, fall into a problem. That would have been her reaction. Each one is more bitchier than the other. Now, what does Ree say? Monisha got no job except to look after the look and keep of people. Bollywood. Lawrence Bishnoi got no job but to harm useless people. Good Lord, and media are as useless nepo kids. Absolutely. Well said. Yes, this can be made into a movie, and of course, the people who should make it are, the experts who are making such stories would be Javed Akhtar, and his son Farhan and his daughter Zoya can make the movie, because they can add all the masala they want to it, and they can add people who are not, successful. So they can add who are those people who are not successful? Aryan Khan, usko dal do. Then who is else? Janvi Kapoor. These people are not getting any attention. Usko dal do. Thoda uske beech mein iska whiskey bhi dal do. Iska Aryan Khan ka thoda whiskey. What is it? Devil, no? Or satanic? I don't know what whiskey it is called. Yeah, then Dipol, something, I don't know. And then they can also, parade in the shirts and, dresses that Aryan Khan is coming out with. And, so all these things they can do. That's how they can make a very good film, which will not run for even a day. Welcome, Janet. Ma'am, where was the guard? And how will one ring the bell and argue with the maid? All made up story. Yes, absolutely. Welcome, Janet. Always nice to see you. Pramita, many people are saying his wife. Yes, because there's no love lost between the two. You can see the kind of anger that Karina has for Saif. When they walk, their body language is so, it's so obvious. And the way he takes care of Karishma, it's like, we wonder sometimes who is the wife? Is it Karishma or Karina? Because that's how caring he is with Karishma. Amra, yes. Too many inconsistencies. Yes, absolutely, Nina. And good evening, Vinny. Always nice to see you. Saif can do advertising now for living. Even that, he'll be too old. People will not accept, because he looks really, really fossilized. Ma'am, Bollywoods are literally useless now. And no entertainment from them. Nowadays, public are more entertaining than sad Bollywood itself. In fact, Nitin Mukesh also made a remark that how brave Saif is. So I asked him, how do you explain brave? You would not have been there at the scene. Oh, it is PR telling you. Is right, right. So Bollywood believes what the PR and the mainstream media tell them. Everybody's coming out with this brave thing. I don't know what is his next movie, because that seems to be another Bahubali type of movie, because this is the kind of image he wants. In between some mainstream movies, media is also showing his muscles. I don't know why they're showing his muscles. Were they going to show that part of the knife that went into him? You know. So anyway, everybody's going gaga over Saif Ali's bravado. Richa says this case can be solved by fifth standard kid. Flop story like his movies, yes. Yes. And also the fact is that, see, I do find it rather strange that they have two small children to look after, and 24 hours these people are partying. What is the kind of effect on these children? No wonder they become, when they grow up, they become like Aryan Khans and all that, and they land up in jail. And then their fathers and mothers have to free them and fall at the feet of people like Samir Wankade and say, please, mera bachcha ko save karo. This is what is going to happen ultimately. And then if they can't, then they'll take out all their money from wherever they stash it and say that give it to the people who will just free them. That's it. Vinny says the doctors say he walked in the hospital like a lion with his little son Timur in spite of being injured. Yes, and don't forget the fact that that doctor went haywire. He's saying he was bleeding all profusely all over, and the surgery was done, and this guy starts walking immediately. I mean, what a superhuman. I mean, Spider-Man, maybe some of those superheroes, because he said that he can walk, he can talk, and he can do everything. Like Amitabh Bachchan says, I can walk English, talk English, and all that. Similarly, Saif seems to be on a real high. Gunzai says, ma'am, kind of PR going on. Yes. And Futiyet says, long live Bishnoi. And Lena says, Bollywood must be boycotted, especially all these actors. None of them open their mouths for SSR. And then SSR died, not only SSR, all his friends died. Disha Salian died. What did they do? They wiped off the proof, the evidence. And they didn't even allow his father to see him, at the mortuary or anywhere. It was just like, see, they were the most cruel people. And now, just for the small thing where he himself goes in the rickshaw, people are so worried, And just before I came for the show, there was a bite from Fadnavis saying that, see, the case has been solved. We are almost near the truth. What is the truth? What is the truth? We really want to know. Who's messing up? And Lena says it will be the next hit movie watched by Bollywood. Yes. Yes, this 100% I agree with you, Vinny. Because the way that man acted, I think even, Shah Rukh Khan can't act the way the doctor at the Leelavati acted. He was just, I think he should be given the father's role in the next Saif Ali movie. Because, see, look at the way he acted. The doctor in the middle, could not. He was more of a Akshay Kumar type of man. And so these two people are good for, getting character roles in Bollywood movie is what I would strongly suggest to Saif, because that's the only way you can repay them. This is karma. Don't feel sad for this actor. Absolutely, Leela. Now they say sword found, next tiger found, next planet Mars found, then Arnab found. Oh gosh, yes. A very beautiful one, I would say. Lena, not only SSR, Bollywood never spoke for India or public for India. Bollywood never spoke of safety of India public. Indian public safe and safety not important, but only drug use criminals. In fact, here in all this, friends, what I want to ask you is that, see, now I feel very strongly that Dara Hua Insan is feeling very neglected. Now we do not know whether another drama is in store for us in that galaxy, whichever galaxy it is. And now, before I end the show, I'd like to also tell you one more thing. Apparently, a man was seen climbing the stairs and peeking into Shah Rukh Khan's Mannat. So please expect another drama coming very soon And the first person who will be running there, of course, is Deepika Padukone, to damage the image of yes. That is also very true. Now, all these actors should get out of India. And God alone knows if, like in Los Angeles, they have all these underground tunnels, each one leading to the other's house. And God alone knows what all is happening, as Sushant Singh Rajput exposed. Vinny says, this guy has many secrets in his closet. Illuminati has helped him today, I believe. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Dash. And this has been a very immensely enjoyable session because of the kind of inputs that you've been giving and the fact that all what they have said all the lies have been busted. So please, friends, do not even bother to watch these mainstream channels unless you want to have a good laugh. Please go straight to India Today. They will give you the best masala that you need. Wonderful podcast, says Sudhakar. Thank you so much. And Gunzai, also very, very intelligent comments. Dash, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Yes, to all of you, because very interesting comments. These actors should purchase an island and live there forever. They'll be safe inside Gaza. Leena, always with you. Thank you so much, Vinny. With that, we say good night, Jai Hind, and Jai Shri Ram.